Yo. Oh, wait. Sunglasses. Yeah, might as well talk to you. Look at you when I'm talking. Don't worry, subscribers. The next video is still gonna be the same as, So yeah, random video to tell you something pretty big. And you're like, what could it be? And I'm like, from what you can gather from the title of this video, if you can read, well, I'm gay. Oh my god! Yeah, big news, oh my god. I just wanted to tell you that now I feel way better. If you've decided to come out, just do it. You're gonna feel much better. Be careful, of course, but if there's not gonna be any real problem for you, just do it. Get it over with. I realized almost 10 years ago I was different, and of course you start asking questions about yourself, but I just didn't think too much about it. I focused more on school, and really I still think it's way better to focus on school when you're 14, 15, whatever. I didn't want to think too much about it, but when you are at school, you just want to blend in and don't want people to focus too much on you. So yeah, I guess I wasn't ready to deal with it, and I thought I had accepted, but apparently not. But recently I've fallen in love with someone, a guy obviously. Only then did I really accept what it really implies. So yeah, I told him I was gay, and even though it was through a keyboard, that was still the hardest thing I've ever said to anyone in my life. I was starting to shake. I couldn't find the keys on the keyboard. I was starting to hyperventilate, and I was like, oh my god. Not because I was afraid of what he would say, because I know he's smart, so it would be okay with it, but I guess it was me realizing and accepting it, and it was the hardest part. Because yeah, there's a big difference between what you know and what you say to people. So as I expected, he was absolutely okay with it. He never changed anything with me, and we're still friends, and he has helped me so much to deal with everything, and I'm so thankful for that. But still, that night I was laying in bed and I was like, oh my god, was that the right time? Was it a good decision? And I was like, oh, whatever, you know what, I'm gay and it's not about to change, so I might as well be done with it. So yeah, that was the first step. Then I started telling other people on the internet. They were okay with it. There was no awkward moments or anything. Plus, as long as I tell them that, it's not because I'm gay that I'm gonna have a crush on you. So, yeah, it's not a big deal for them. So next I had to tell my family and my friends. So I started with my best friend because she's my best friend, okay? And of course she was happy for me. She was a bit surprised, but she was more happy for me because I had fallen in love with someone than surprised because I was gay. She told me, yeah, it's something that flew through my mind, but she told me I don't put labels on people. So we talked a lot that day, and it was great. I thank her so much because she's awesome. So I told my other close friends, and of course they were really happy for me too, and I love them so much for being so awesome with me. I really don't know what I would do without them. They are just great people. They're awesome. So no point in waiting. So I told my mom. She was okay. Even the most awkward part was just telling her that I've fallen in love with someone, because we were never the kind of family telling personal things to our parents. Not because it was bad, just, yeah, she was okay. And even though it might be a bit hard, she still managed to say that if I'm happy, she'll be happy for me, and that's all that counts. Then she started doing a lot of recommendations, like, well, when you find a job, don't let people ask you because it has nothing to do with it. And I was like, don't worry, I know, and I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm gay, do you want to hire me? And no, there's no point to it, because being gay or straight has, most of the time at least, nothing to do with what you're gonna do every day at work, okay? So it doesn't matter, really. So yesterday I just decided to go and see my dad and my grandma because they live together. It was awkward as hell, and I'm really glad to be done with it. Doing it again would kill me. It was so awkward. I was sitting there. My dad doesn't talk very much, if at all, and my grandma doesn't understand anything, let alone huge things like that. And I knew my dad had some ideas, and I was not sure I would love to hear what he was thinking, okay? So it was a bit harder for me. And I even had to ask him, well, what do you think about it? Say something, because he wouldn't say anything. And I don't want people to say nothing, because it's awkward, and it's annoying when you don't know what people are thinking. He was just like, well, it's your life, your choice. I didn't choose, okay? It's just get this idea of choice out of your head, okay? Everyone is already different, but I didn't choose to be that different and to risk a life with tons of discrimination. It's not something that someone smart would choose. And yes, I am smart, so yeah. And my grandma, that was weird, because she always stares at me when I'm talking to her, and it annoys the crap out of me, because she's pretending to be nodding and understanding, and when you ask her, did you get it? She's like, it's a bit too complicated for me. Oh, I didn't really understand. Yeah. So much for telling her, okay? She was like listening to me, but not really understanding what it means. I had to tell her 3 different times what it means, and 3 different times I heard something like, oh, well, you never know how life goes, and maybe someday you'll find a girl. And I was like, no, Grams, no girl. If I bring someone for you to meet one day, it's gonna be a guy. It's not just that, oh, there's no girl for me, so now I'm gonna start loving guys. No, it doesn't work that way. So I told her that, and it's not something that's gonna change with time. So no, if you need time, I can understand, of course, because they were still thinking about having grandchildren and everything, but children is another matter, and I could still have kids somehow. I can give them time to deal with that, but I told them I'm not gonna waste too much time and effort with someone who can understand me, be happy for me, get over it. With time, you can get over it, and especially with people who think that it's just for now and it's gonna change. It's not working like that, okay? Most awkward moment in my life, and I was glad it was done. So I came back home, and my sister got a line. Great news, I have a big news for you. She was the only person who I absolutely knew already. And yeah, she was okay with it, and she told me, oh, well, that's great for you. If you've come to terms with it, then that's cool, and I'm happy for you, and that's cool. I told her the most funny detail. If now I'm hanging out with my friends and, in the street or on TV or something, if they happen to see one guy and they're like drooling and they're like, oh my god, he's so hot or he's so cute or something, well, I'll be able to tell that too. Like, oh my god, he is cute, and that's some kind of stupid details like that who makes hanging out with friends really, really awesome. So yeah, and everything happened in the latest 2 weeks. That was extremely intense. I'm really glad I'm done with it. Really important thing. If people grow to like you, it's not because of who you love and who you're attracted to. It's especially if they don't know. It's because of what you say and what you do and what you think. If friends start to act different with you just because who you love or who you're attracted to, it's time for you to reconsider your friendship, or at least talk to them about it, because people are not always okay with it, but they can change their mind if they know someone. Oh, and of course, when you happen to fall head over heels in love with some straight guy because he happens to be cute, smart, understanding, with no prejudices, and who doesn't freak out when you tell him you love him, and he still wants to be friends with you because he thinks you're nice, whatever orientation you have. He tells you nothing's gonna happen. Be happy because you can have a really great friendship. He lives too far anyway, but for now I'm still trying to detach those feelings from him. Of course, it's only been a few days since I told him, so of course it's still very, it's still there, and I think of it most of the time. Well, he also tells me some personal things, so yeah, you know what friends do, and that's cool. Back on topic, if you've decided to come out, just do it now. You can have occasions to tell people every day and almost all the time. So yeah, there's no right time. You're not gonna find some perfect occasion. So that's my story. It wasn't all that much interesting, but I felt like sharing it with some people. I think it's gonna be interesting if you guys leave comments or send me a message. Yeah, plus it's gonna be fun because I have over 500 subscribers, so yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting, and if this video can help anyone to feel better, then that's all I'm asking. For those who think TLDR, just some advice. One, do it, get over it, if it's not dangerous for you, of course. Close friends first. You want to have a safety net to fall back on if something goes wrong, and you do want to have some people to talk about it. Give people some time. So give them, a few days, a few weeks, whatever. If they feel like asking you a question, they will ask you a question. So just give them time. Still, don't waste too much time and effort for people who are not worth it. And especially if you're in school, you have plenty of other people later who will understand you and who will love you and who will like you for who you are, and if they attach too much importance to who you love and who you're attracted to, then don't bother. You're not alone. That seems pretty stupid to say, but I still only realized I wasn't alone when I purposely looked for some stories like mine, and there's tons of random people like me, I'm random. There's tons of random people who are going through the same situation, so seek help if you need it. You're not alone. It really gets better. This is cheesy as hell, but it really does get better, and I didn't think it would be that much different. When you're done with school, you realize it was just a step. It was an important step, but it wasn't the most important step, so don't make your life any more complicated than it already probably is by giving too much credit to what people who are not worth it think. So yeah, well, I know it was a bit long, but still, I was trying to sort everything out in my head and was trying to speak properly English, because I could have done it in French, but it wouldn't have helped you that much, right? Yeah, I really need to shave. This is getting ridiculous. Clack. So that's pretty much it. Peace.